I made a video about a week ago detailing why I think Marvel is an addiction, and in it I said that people fall in love with the movies, which makes them turn into all-out Marvel addicts. But why do we love the movies? It's about the characters. Many argue that Marvel has a villain problem, which by no means is a far-reaching statement. But the reason why is because Marvel tends to focus more on its main heroes, rather than the villains that they are facing. They devote so much time into making these characters special that there is no room left in the movie for a more developed villain, like Heath Ledger's Joker in Christopher Nolan's Batman series. But to me, this villain problem isn't really a problem, because I want to know about the hero, what makes them tick, and why I should support them. Marvel has done a fantastic job in the growth of their characters. They aren't one-dimensional, and have an actual story arc which changes them over the course of a movie, or in Marvel's case, over the course of many movies. Take Iron Man, for example. He starts the movie by being an arrogant asshole, caring only about the money he makes and the women he sleeps with. He doesn't care about his weapons being used by terrorists, almost turning a blind eye to the thousands of people that he has had a hand in killing. By the end of the movie, he realizes the ways of his actions, shutting down weapons manufacturing as he now has a first-hand account of what his weapons' impact is across the world. He becomes a better man, and this sets him on the course for his next steps in life. This now becomes his identity, and he sticks to it. He cares about people, and trying to save the world any way he knows how. In Civil War, he sticks to this by siding with the Sokovia Accords, because he knows that his actions have consequences, and he wants to be able to be controlled, and it is his way of becoming responsible for his actions, a lesson he learned back in the first Iron Man movie. Cap is another great example. He begins the first movie as a full-blooded American, wanting to do his best by protecting the people by fighting Nazis in World War II. But by the end of The Winter Soldier, he has lost full faith in the government, something that he once held dearly. He realizes that the best hands for his powers, and the powers of other superheroes, is in his and their own hands, because he can't trust the government to make the right decisions. Marvel's characters develop, usually for the better. We have seen them so long to know about what they like, and more importantly, their perspective. We see the way they see the world, and it helps us identify with them. After Civil War, the Marvel fanbase was split, because there truly isn't a right and wrong side of the argument. But this is a good thing. It means that both their points are valid, and people can believe in both of the characters. Take DC, for example. At the beginning of Man of Steel, Superman is a good guy who saves people, and at the end, he's a good guy who saves people. Nothing changed about him. We already know who he is. The story can't draw us into the evolution of his character because he doesn't change. We don't feel connected to him, and that's why his character can't really work. Marvel has done a very good job at also humanizing their characters. We almost know everything about them, and that allows for a viewer to feel empathy. Many of these characters, although heavily exaggerated, have problems that we can feel similar to. I feel like a great example of humanizing characters comes from Age of Ultron, when the team tries to lift up Thor's hammer. They're all chatting away like old friends, exchanging stories and sitting around a coffee table. Although we're not superheroes, it feels like we could be right there with them, and appreciate the way they interact like normal human beings, just like us. This even comes down to the dialogue. The way they speak is human-like. Many criticize the way Whedon uses quips in the Avengers movie, but this gives a dimension to the characters that makes them more like us, and that's what we want to see. Take the DC Universe, for example. In Batman v Superman, Batman is stoic, he has a dark tone, and we can't really empathize with him because he doesn't change in the movie, and he doesn't have anything about him which makes him more human to us. He is more alien to the average viewer than Thor, who doesn't even come from Earth. In Justice League, with the addition of Joss Whedon, quips were made, But since we hadn't seen the development of the characters over the years, it just felt out of place and didn't fit in the movie. What I'm getting at is that it's the development of the characters over many movies. We know what characters' ambitions, goals, and motivations are. DC just hasn't been able to replicate that. I love Marvel characters. They are what make the movies so special to me. I watched Iron Man at 8 years old. Yes, I'm only 18, and I feel like I've grown up with him, and my life has been altered similar to how his was. Yes, I understand I'm not a
genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist,
but I can empathize with the change itself. When outsiders ask why so many people go to see these movies, it's not because of the action or the explosions. It's about the characters and what they mean to people. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe for more stuff like this. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.